Hello everyone, welcome to Nrcm. This is Shravani and I'm going to explain about operating system of Unit 5 and the topics are acyclic graph directories and general graph directories, and I'll be explaining about file mounting also. So first, coming to this acyclic graph directory. So an acyclic graph is a graph with no cycles. As the name itself indicates, any graph with no cycles is called as acyclic graph and allows us to share the subdirectories and files. So here the same file or subdirectories may be in two different directories. Like it is a natural generalization of the tree structure directory. Suppose the situation might occur like two friends are, any of the people are two people are performing the project, or they both are performing a single project. Like when like two persons, or like you can say two programmers are working on a joint project, and they need to access a file, and they need to access the files, and the associated files are stored in the subdirectories. So if this is the main directory and these are the different subdirectories, when the associated files are stored in the subdirectories to be into their own directories. So here the common subdirectory should be shared. So here we use the acyclic directories. This common subdirectories will be shared here. We'll be using this acyclic directories. It is the point to note that here the shared file is not same as the copy file. So if any programmer makes some changes in the subdirectory, if he makes any changes in the subdirectory, so it will reflect in both the subdirectories. So if I make any change here, so it will be reflected here also. So this is the speciality of this acyclic graph directory. And here we have coming to the advantages, like I want to tell. So we can share the files. That is one advantage, and searching is easy due to different paths are many, so searching is easy. And the disadvantage is like we share the files while linking. In case deleting, it may create the problem. And if the link is a soft link, then after deleting the file we left with a like dangling pointer. Okay, this you need to remember. And in case of hard link, to delete a file, we have to delete all the references which are associated with that file or with that directory. So this is the disadvantage of this acyclic graph directory. So next, moving on to the like general graph directory. So this is the general graph directory structure. Here cycles are allowed within a directory structure where multiple directories can be derived from more than one parent directory, as shown in the diagram. So I wanted to show. So multiple directories are derived. So these are the multiple directories here as shown in the diagram. So multiple directories, they are derived from more than one parent directory. So these directories can again in general they can generate the directories. Yeah, but the main problem with this kind of directory structure is to calculate the total size or space that has been taken by the files and directories. So that can be added into the and the disadvantage. So this is general, no, the main, this is the root path. So this is the root. Next, under this root it is having so multiple directories. So under this directories there are different files are present here. So and again here this directory is file is here, and it is linked with the different directory and which is having the different file. So this we can refer to it as the general graph directory. And see, if you see, this is also a directory and it is referring to the different directory, and again it is reverting back. Okay, this is general graph directory, and the advantage is like it allows cycles. Yes, this is the cycle. So this is, so it allows the cycles, there is no problem with this, and it is more flexible than other directory structures. And the disadvantage is like it is costlier than others because it is having many features, and it needs some garbage collection. Garbage, whatever the files or directories are deleted, that will be stored into that garbage collection. This is all about the general graph directory. So next, moving on to the next slide, that is file system mounting. So in general, what is the meaning of mounting? So mounting refers to the grouping of files in the file system structure and accessible to the user of the group of users. So like mounting, it can be local or remote. In the local mounting, it connects disk drivers as one machine. So while in the remote mounting, what happens, it uses the network file system. So it uses the NFS. So it uses the network file system to connect the directories on other machines so that they can be used as if they are part of the user's file system. So normally the directory structure can be built out of multiple volumes which are supposed to be mounted to make them available within the file system namespace. So here the procedure for mounting is very simple. So the OS, what it will do, the OS is given the name of the device and the location within the file structure where the file system is attached. So for example, I just wanted to take, like, if in a Unix system there is a single directory tree and all the accessible storages must have location in the single directory tree, and mounting is used to make the storage accessible. A file system containing the user's home directories might be mounted as slash home. They will be mounted as slash home, and they can be accessed by using the directory names with a time like dot slash home slash any of the file name. So they can be accessing like this. So similarly, if the file system is mounted as slash user or something, so then we'll use that, I mean root, that is slash is nothing but the root, user is a directory, and then next we'll be referring to the file system name. So the operating system verifies if the device contains a valid file system. So if this path or if this mounting, it contains a valid file system by asking the device driver to read the directory and verify that the directory has the expected format. So then the operating system finally it notes the directory structure that the file system is mounted at the specified mount point. So this method helps the operating system to traverse through the directory structure and switch among the different file systems. And a system like maybe either a system, it might either allow the same file system to be mounted repeatedly. It depends on the operating system on that, or different mounts points, or it may allow one mount per file system. So it depends on the operating system. And here, like, if you want to access the files on the file system, you need to mount the file system. Mounting a file system attaches the file system to a directory. So whenever you mount, so this will be attached to the directory and makes it available to the system. So first of all, this is the root slash, this is the root file system. It is always mounted, and any other file system can be connected or disconnected from the root. So if you want to mount any file, so it will be starting from the root, next directory, and then next it comes to the file. So root directory, here also root directory, and next you can mount the files. So next root directory, and there are no files here. So in this way, like when you mount a file, any files or directories in the underlying mount point directory are unavailable as long as the file system is mounted. So these files are not permanently affected by the mounting process, and they become available again when the file system is unmounted. So until it is unmounted, so they will be available. So I just wanted to show like the unmounting also. So this is mounting, and this is after mounting files. So this before mounting was that slide, and this is after mounting files. See here, you can see. So mount point, and these are file system. So different files are mounted here. So first what you have to create the directory to use a mount point. So first of all, we are having, so as shown in the diagram, there is a directory. To use this, we have created the directory to use this mount point for the file system, for whichever the file system you want to mount. Next, once a mount point is created, then you can mount the we can mount the mount the file system. So normally in Linux, mount command will be used, like which makes all of the files and directories like to be bundled or available, to make available. So this is how it happens. And well, this is all about mounting. And after mounting also we have seen what all is happening. And then thank you. I'll be visiting you all with the next video.